are like with like 600 charges of freezing and frost.
The worst part is, y'all were standing, like, at the door of the bar, and Xander's over at the bar, pretty much like this, and he's like, why don't you just freeze the fucking thing? And you take it seriously.
I'm a party member! He followed the advice of the party.
I understand that Curtis has a special liking for Xander, because Xander's the only one he specifically recruited, but you can't do that!
You provided a logical answer to the problem.
It was not logical! We have created a polar tundra in the middle of a plain!
And Curtis saw that as logical.
There's no logic in Curtis.
Freezing a bunch of things alive is what made it exciting for him.
He just wanted to fuck shit up.
And he did so by freezing it.
Isn't that exactly what you asked for when you asked for Curtis?
Well, the funniest part for me is
right?
At least we didn't boil off the entire lake.
That would have been more interesting.
yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to step out of the bubble because the ground would be molten.
He's kind of right about that. That would have been a lot worse for this scenario. So you make your way, you were making our way toward the tunnel while Kyle makes his way north?
If you'd done it the same method, actually would have been very interesting. Have you ever seen what happens when you add a huge amount of heat to a contained body of water?
Aye.
Yeah.
Steam.
Everything boils.
Steam explosion.
Gets steamy and foggy.
Like
explosion of steam.
Yeah.
We would have
boiling,
burned everything.
Fun.
No.
So a very direct route down deep.
Yeah, we probably could have.
Anywho,
let's do what you're not supposed to do in Minecraft. Water. Dig straight down.
Alright. So, Kyle has finished his creation. You guys have just about finished, and Rupert calls you. I don't know if it'll help us, but I do have a transport if you want it.
It would be excellent, Rupert. If you want to send it over, that'd be awesome.
Alright, you get a message in the mail.
I activate it. Is it in the bracelet form, or is it the full size?
Full size. You just gotta unfold it, unfold the folding box.
I walk about 10 feet away from the party and start that process.
Okay. It's about 5 foot by about 15 foot. Remember you drew out the personnel carriers?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The ones that hover about 2 feet off the ground. And...
Oh, you mean the bird of prey boats that I used before? Because there's the transport...
The ones that you drew that looked a lot like the Dune Skippers from Star Wars.
Okay.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
The barges.
Okay, I'm trying to think back to all the pictures I drew.
Alright, let me find one.
Duh.
I mean, the only boats I gave was the birds of prey. I did have one other concept design, which was like a, the troop carrier was like a, which was kind of a, like 11-foot long, basically platform with a steering wheel.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's what you're talking about? More the one with wheels that I designed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not the one with wheels, the actual, like, hover one that you had for your heavies.
Yeah, the birds of prey interceptor vehicles. The one I did a couple designs of. That have like 4 grenade launchers and a grappling hook on them.
The ones that were literally a flat barge.
Yeah.
They had a little thing at the top front, little thing at the end. So they look kind of like those things you use to test what size shoe you wear.
Yeah.
And it was just flat and they could carry a few people on it.
Okay, yeah, so just the troop carriers. Not the boats. Not the attack boats I designed.
No, it was
okay.
A very, very simple hover barge.
Okay, oh cool. Okay.
And yeah, these ones are all too complicated.
Yeah.
Compared to what you drew.
No, I know. I drew something very simple for that.
But I was thinking, have you seen The Mandalorian yet?
No. Not in its entirety.
Duh.
In it, there's like a barge kind of thing. It floats a little bit, and it carries the troopers.
Yeah. I actually know exactly.
Yeah, basically the same concept. Just a flat platform with a steering wheel, basically.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
The one when they're going down the lava river. That type of thing?
I think I know which one you're talking
Remember
about.
when they're outside the bar? And then, like...
Oh, no, I think they're talking more at the end of the 8th episode, when they're going down the lava river underground, and IG-11 sacrifices himself. Sorry, you won't
Are you
remember.
stealing my apple?
Duh. I'm gonna learn
What did
Russian
you
so
roll?
I can just
For your sleight of hand?
Dice.
use the Oreo one.
Because this is a contested roll, man.
18. No, 13.
Fuck, this dice likes you. Go ahead.
Duh.
Duh.
You win this time. 3.
My dice no longer like me.
If Kay wants, he can use the Oreo dice.
So,
Anywho,
so when we get to the tunnel,
Kyle heads due north, and you guys are taking the transport and heading northwest?
Yes.
As we're separating, I want to send a message to
Shove
Kyle,
all
just
of
like a
y'all.
text message.
Really
Contact
shit
if you
roasted.
need anything. And we'll see you soon.
will do.
And
Thank
stay
you.
safe.
Will do.
Love you, buddy.
By the way, that was what I was thinking, just without the walls.
So glad he's nice.
Yeah, with no turret. Just imagine this like front section that still
That was
exists,
so mean.
and then it was just flat.
What was?
You.
Jake.
I don't want Kyle, I want Curtis. Screw Kyle. I don't care about Kyle's, like...
Pacifist. We don't need a
Anything.
pacifist.
We don't need a pacifist when there's an angry mob trying to attack us.
Now you don't have a pacifist, so it's all should be
started
good.
using our illusions. It's because they started
Oh
trying to
yes,
eat
to
us
cause
and not listening to me.
PTSD.
I was
So,
about to die.
Alright, so you're heading up towards that entrance?
yep. I'll use
So-
the transport.
And the transport doesn't go all that fast. It only has a movement of about 30.
Well, that's my walking anyway, so.
So it's faster than a normal cart, but this wasn't built for speed.
No, just transport. All right, no
This
problem.
wasn't one of the
Next time
souped up
aim for
ones.
2
This was
bites.
Just the
first
basic-
one you could grab.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
And
what I
then
was
aim for one
thinking.
bite.
Like something like that. Just a
It's
hover.
basic.
Yeah,
A
that's
slow hover.
slow hover vehicle.
Pretty much platform.
No weapons,
Slightly
no
faster
exterior
than-
defenses, just straight up platform.
Slightly faster than walking. but-
So once Bruno's with me on the platform.
So who's doing perception rolls on the way?
Sure.
Aye.
Yep.
2 of you.
Eight, keep that.
I'm gonna do
He just
it.
rolled an 18 plus 2. What's that? 20?
All right. Who wants to go?
No, a
What's your
21.
perception added?
You
Four.
got rolled 21.
I have 5.
perception.
Duh.
So
What am I doing? You guys killed everything in the area.
And we don't even need to.
Aw, that was
12.
such a good roll.
he finally rolled above a 20. Come on,
So-
man. I
As you-
tried.
As you drive the whole way there, you are right on the outskirts of where it's cold and not cold anymore.
Yep.
And you can see that trees on the cold side are literally snapping their limbs off. You could see animals that were flash frozen in the trees and in the water. You see, because you're so high, as you're going down the way, off in the water, because you're in a swamp at this point, on the edges of the lake,
Poor gators.
you see what looks like that's exactly what was happening.
Poor
There
gators.
was an alligator that was grabbing a
No.
bird in midair, and it's like frozen. And
Did the
I'm just
bird
gonna
freeze
get
too?
a
out and its
picture.
jaw. He's the only one keeping watch.
Can you notify us?
Did the bird
Sure.
freeze too?
I'm just gonna take a picture
No.
and send it.
All
You
right.
don't see the bird.
You guys
Good
all get a
bird.
picture of this alligator eating a bird frozen.
Save. No bird.
No
bird
bird.
lived.
No bird?
No, it's just when it comes out to lunges out to grab a bird.
Yeah.
And it has like its mouth wide open.
Oh, it still has his
It
mouth
got
open?
frozen in mid leap,
Could have saved a bird.
and somehow the bird got away.
Curtis,
It's
I'm
not
kind of
his mouth.
surprised you're not shooting all these frozen people yet.
They're all dead. Without any emotion.
I mean,
I'll
might as well
move-
double tap, right?
What?
Think about the bloody
There
pop.
wouldn't even be
There wouldn't
blood.
even be blood.
There wouldn't
It'd
even
just
be
be
blood.
Just
shattered
be-
glass.
Red glass.
They're basically glass statues.
just shards of
Curtis
red.
looks at you, Mara. They're pretty when they're made of glass. And then goes back to driving.
There's something wrong with that, Curtis.
Anyone want?
Curtis looks at you if you say that to him in character?
Anyone want
No.
drinks?
Oh. Because he would have looked at you and shrugged.
Yeah. You good on drinks?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. Are you good at
Duh.
drinks over there,
Duh.
Sean?
I'm good for now.
Okay.
Are you good, Felix?
Why do you
keep
keep
asking
asking
that?
I know.
You look sad.
So, you come up on the location of where they say the tower is.
Tunnel?
The tunnel?
Tunnel. Yeah. Who wants to look around for it?
I'll let others do
Perception
it.
roll.
9.
9.
Go to C.
Bruno says it's in the area, but all you see is frozen over marshland.
What the beautiful area.
19.
Damn.
19. You can see that directly in front of you. The ice is much darker and looks much deeper, but you see much the same thing. It's swamp.
I'm going to point out that this area looks different.
Duh. Looks frozen.
Well, it's a darker
We
color.
should have Bruno scan again.
Darker color than
I bring the platform. We'll just call it the platform. Is that everyone good with that? The
Yeah.
vehicle
the
arm?
plat.
No, we have platinum for that. The platform. He brings the platinum form to a halt.
Platform.
Platinum form.
And then has Bruno conduct a proximity scan for any obstacles, air pockets, or movement, or wind movement under the ice of any location in the immediate vicinity.
No.
Isn't that what Curtis said a moment ago? The platinum form?
Hmm?
I thought
He
that's
said
how
platinum form.
He said platinum. He said no, it's just the platform. And he says yeah.
No, I
it's
said-
just the, and then he said yeah, platinum form.
Okay, what I
Reverse
said
psychology.
was what I said was just plat, and then he was like, no, that's what we have platinum for.
Platinum 4, but it was...
But I like your idea, so we're keeping it. The DM rules overall. Even
I'm not part of
Curtis.
the party.
Even Curtis.
So the platform comes to a halt,
platinum form.
and then
Make your own, and you can name it whatever you want.
in the shop you would have the tech for it. But, anyways, back to the point.
I need a motorcycle
Alright,
first.
so Bruno proceeds to show you that it appears that it is obstructed in multiple places. The tunnel goes down for at least 5,000 meters that he's able to see before all the readings go completely fuzzy. And the average temperature is roughly negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit.
We need winter clothing.
Do you tell that to the party?
Alright,
And if you tell everyone in the party, do they really realize how cold negative 25 is?
and that's
Need winter
average,
clothing.
so some parts would be colder. Alright, so Curtis approaches the party. Alright, so...
On the small barge we're on.
Yep, well, I mean, we'll just stop there at the moment. According to Bruno, the tunnel goes down at least 5,000 feet.
Oof!
The average temperature is negative 25 or more. Generally speaking, Bruno nor I have the tech or the supplies to keep that entire passage warm. Even if Bruno wanted to head down with his fire cannon and get it warm enough that we could, without making con rolls, survive down there, it wouldn't be long term, and not at 5,000 feet.
What's a con roll?
You know what I meant. I didn't have the word, don't go there. So, honestly, I'm a human and squishier than most of you.
Squishy.
Squishy, squishy.
Pokes you.
Squishy, squishy.
Everyone starts poking
He
him.
just shakes his head. He just shakes his head. And,
It's
honestly,
okay, Curtis. We still love you.
I don't think most of us would be able to survive down there in the long term. I'm not sure exactly how we'd get down to the bottom of the tunnel. And it's obstructed
Is there a
repeatedly.
small hole where the tunnel is?
At the moment, we have to get through the ice sheet. I get Bruno to do that in
Worried
5
about
seconds.
cold.
We could send
But
some of
big
your
is the hole.
reforged
Don't
down
you
there.
guys have like that?
It's
magic
rough
thingy?
hewn. It's rough hewn. So it's not even exactly a clean passage.
It's
Would-
about a 10-foot diameter.
Would
Yeah,
Bruno's
most
shield
open places.
protect us from the
Not the cold,
temperature?
no.
Mhm.
The
That would be
temperature's...
pretty tough to get through.
He
it
can.
anyway.
He could maybe keep the roof from falling in, but we can't be down there long enough without freezing. Yes, hello, Maro.
Stitch in Time can make various amounts of clothing. So what happens if we got, I don't know, a heating spell so we didn't get cold in this cold weather?
This isn't cold weather. This is Antarctic
This is-
weather. This
Yeah,
is
that's what I
enough
was-
to freeze an animal
It's
after
not.
about
It's
2
not that the
minutes.
temperature's cold. Yes, I understand Stitch in Time could enhance our cold weather resistance. However, the problem is it's not cold. It's frost effect. There's actually active frost being generated from the
Does
water
that mean
source.
there's active Magicell particles in the air at all times, cooling everything down?
Yes. So generally speaking,
Yeah, so clothing means nothing.
it's not the temperature. It's actually the frost damage that's coming off the
So
fifth level
couldn't
Magicell I
we
dropped in the
just
lake.
get a defense against frost magic?
There is no defense against it.
although
That's what magic items are for. I have something that defends me against fire.
But this is the problem, Mauro. It's not a
And yet
question
you're
of
still so
resistance. It's a
scared
question
of it.
of the problem is the proximity is still generating the cold. So it'd be constantly like we're under attack. By frost damage. From the Magicell charge I dropped into the lake.
Can I reach out to my patron? In my head.
Try. Make a roll.
8.
No answer.
Can I try again? And focus really hard this time.
Can't feel any connection.
What? Hey, Eris.
Yes.
Can you try to sense to see if that power that you felt off of my corruption when we first met that made you know that I had a patron, can you try to see if that energy is still there?
What kind of roll would that be?
I think it was an investigation. Or an
Insight,
el-
religion?
It was an insight or religion check, if I'm not
It
not
might have been a
mistaken.
It
mix.
might
Both?
have been religion or arcana. I'm not sure.
Let me finish what someone paid for something for first. Okay. The defense that you would have, okay, basically at this temperature, naturally, before you even start taking cold damage on it, is enough to freeze water instantly. Okay? Instant frostbite if you touch anything, including the air, for most part.
Curtis is
And
made
we're
with
talking
70%
at
water.
least 5,000 meters with multiple obstructions that you have to get through.
Curtis doesn't fuck around.
Means time stuck
Okay.
in that cold bread.
Means that you're going blind into a tunnel that goes down further than you can measure into who knows what's below, and at least the majority of the path that you're looking at taking is a con save against the cold damage every round, and with the obstructions in the small passageway, you'd be lucky if you can move in a movement of 2, maybe 5 in the open areas.
Okay.
There's like 100% I fail most of those con saves.
So if you're looking at that math, in order to get
Curtis
from one end of the tunnel
isn't
to the other,
Kyle. His body is
you're
squishy.
talking about literally thousands of constitution rolls.
Yeah, I don't want.
Generally speaking, according to Bruno's estimates, the
Yeah.
temperature gauge and our general equipment, we have no way to survive down there. Generally speaking. If we get stuck in obstruction for too long, we probably all freeze to death. So, I don't exactly have a way that's
Give
easy
it
to get out of
7
the
years.
situation.
Come on, hand. Write faster, please.
Who's the note going to?
Curtis.
Alright, now how exactly did you want to try and see if he's still...
I don't remember what kind of roll I made the first time.
So the
See.
first time that I met the party in the center of No Name during the festival, when she approached with Cynthia, you had her do a roll.
I thought it was
can't
religion.
say
Or Arcana.
I can't remember which one it
It
is.
was
I know it's
probably
either
religion.
religion or arcana, and you had her do that to see if she could
Detect if he had a patron.
detect the
There is corruption.
patron behind the
You were
corruption.
checking if he was linked with another being.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a religion check.
Okay.
I make religion check.
Yep.
I think
26.
Yeah, that would beat out his charisma stuff too.
easily.
Yeah, you're not feeling any connection.
Oh fuck, we killed his patron.
I think we froze his patron.
I'm just gonna do this out loud then. Metagaming for a second. If my patron is dead or frozen, can I just go to Toka with Curtis and remove the corruption from me,
You could.
thus severing the connection with my patron,
Permanently.
Your arm is still moving.
and remove my arm and replace it with a reforge arm? A non-corrupted, non-bloodsteel reforge arm.
That's what you want to do?
Yes.
You gotta take everything out of it, though.
The only
Talk
thing
to
I
Curtis.
really need is
You're-
my sword. You have to realize that, like, everything else
But
can
your
be
party cannon.
replaced.
Can be
I-
replaced.
I
Do you talk to
own.
Curtis? Let's just ask that.
I own
and then
Shell
he will,
Shock, which
he will
has
answer
that.
questions if you need it.
Curtis.
Oi?
So I have no connection to my patron anymore.
Can you move you on?
Yes.
Okay.
It is very likely that my patron is either dead or frozen solid. I'm not waiting 7 years plus to release my patron. Can you help me remove the corruption and replace my arm with a non-blood steel reforge arm?
Are you sure you want to do that? You'd probably lose control of your warlock abilities and your chill touch and whatnot.
Honestly, I'd rather do that and remove the possibility of a corruption infection or any kind of insanity caused by lack of patron with the corruption.
Might I ask your reasoning why?
Why what?
Because I can't feel his patron's connection.
My patron
and he
is
can't either.
most likely dead.
Or at least out of
Or
contact.
frozen solid.
Or the ice is so thick it's blocking the connection.
All of them are different options. However, it's up to... Curtis
Up
will
to
tell you
you.
flat out.
I just-
It's entirely up to you. If you want... If you would rather not, man...
I just
I
like
can
to
call
say
Ren and
my
get it taken
patron's
care
an
of.
aboleth. If he is down there...
Did you know that before I froze the two aboleths that were in the lake?
Yeah.
Oh, just
I
checking.
told you that.
We actually never...
Yeah, I
you mention-
did.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
I told you
Just
as soon as I found out because I was excited to finally know
Wait.
something about my patron.
Oh, true. That's right. You did tell Curtis.
Refunded those points back to you because I would have answered that either way.
So,
Okay.
once the corruption is entirely removed, there should be no connection to your patron or the corruption. Honestly, you'll use your warlock abilities, but if that's what you want, I can have Ren get the isolation chamber ready for the removal. It's entirely up to you. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Alright, Curtis opens his communicator and just immediately calls high priority call to Ren. Is he in the shop? I assume he is because he doesn't sleep because he's a Warforged.
What time is it?
At this point, probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, give or take.
Oh, that's not
From what I've been gathering from general information. And us traveling over to the tunnel.
Yeah, we're talking about roughly 2-3 o'clock.
Okay. And Ren doesn't care. Ren, wanted to let you know that it looks like Xander would like to remove the corruption inside of his arm and body right now as emergency. Right now, there's no connection to the patron. So I'm going to directly teleport him to the isolation chamber. Get everything ready. How long will it take? What? Say something if you want him to
tweaking
stop.
it out?
He's talking out loud. It's not like he's hiding it.
Why?
What are you
Always
tweaking about?
me.
Start the preparation for the purchase.
Thank you,
Say
Ren.
something!
Why are you tweaking?
Say something, me Ford!
I don't know how to say it.
Then say it the best way you can!
What
is
has been
happening?
watching the
Speak your
stream?
Check the stream.
It's been there for a few minutes.
Can I say
I asked a question. Not that y'all could see the question, but it was a yes.
And then the comment before that?
Yoink.
Don't do it on your phone.
I don't have it on my phone!
Get it.
What do you
Why?
mean you don't have it on your phone?
Calm down. That's because you're not watching the live stream.
There you go.
I think, yeah.
If you can figure out
I just looked down as soon as
If you can figure out the spell before Xander gets into the isolation chamber.
that was hilarious.
Hey, can we
too,
take a
because
rest
it's-
here
I don't
for a
know
little
why.
while?
Yes.
So I just grabbed
Thank
it
you.
So I could read it, that's all.
Oh, no,
Curtis, before we go back to Toka, we're gonna stop here for a little while.
Boy, Ren's getting it ready right
Apparently, Eris needs to take a break.
Yes, we need to take a break.
now. Why? I mean, Ren's getting shit ready right now. I don't like to boss my employees around without cause, and he's already agreed. Curtis now looks a little bit annoyed.
Metagame?
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Curtis looks annoyed. My comment still stands. He's having his employees do shit. Rupert's already pissed off at him. He's had a really tough morning. Why is he
Well, at
delaying
least it's
himself?
Ren.
Yeah, Ren doesn't care. The emotional
I just need to
Warforged.
read through my spell list.
What are
Why?
you looking for?
Unless you have some way to keep us warm if we go into the tunnel. I don't know.
Are
I
you
can't think
trying
of a way.
to, like, sense something? What are you
It's a
trying
good
to
question.
do?
I don't know what I'm looking for. I just know I'm looking for something.
Why are you looking for anything? This problem could be solved immediately.
Text her like separately and help her or something.
Why? What are you trying to achieve? I don't get that part. I'm lost on that equation. Like, Curtis is all ready to go, and it was requested. He's doing his best to answer people's questions and do what they like, and I don't get what
Is
to...
it something I could ask my god?
Yes.
Probably.
Oh my Curtis.
Curtis can't
I'm
go down that
trying
tunnel
not to
without...
mess up
I am
again.
not going to tell you what level spell it is, because that's just cheating. Really.
What are you looking
So I'll
for an
refund those
answer?
points back to you. She wants to know what spell that she can use, basically, in
Just
order
the
to get an
level.
answer to what's going on and how to fix the situation.
For what
Before
situation?
he purges himself of everything.
Okay, can I cast divination? Because I honestly only have one question about a goal.
Okay. Alright. Roll your charisma, please.
No, I don't.
16. 16.
20. Dirty 20.
11?
My saving 11 plus my charisma.
Yeah.
Your charisma modifier, yeah?
Charisma modifier or saving
Saving
throw?
throw modifier.
Modifier.
Modifier, so
16.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay, and what's your question?
Is Xander's patron still alive?
And
I mean,
technically,
an aboleth can't fully die, so...
technically because of what Loki is, the cold
He could
wouldn't
lie.
bother
And what
him.
did you roll?
I rolled 16.
Maybe. Maybe not. You can just see
Loki is
respond
cryptic like
live.
that. I expect it.
If you call what it had a life,
Sky, next big house,
Then
I can do it.
maybe.
You wanna help?
So it's probably just blocked through the ice. Not necessarily frozen.
And how do you suggest we get through the ice?
Honestly, that doesn't exactly change the situation of me surviving in that tunnel for more than
Is
5
Loki
minutes.
still listening?
Probably. He's always listening.
Kay, Loki, Miran, they're all watching us on their... we have a... You guys realize... Actually, Curtis is going to point out
We
to the
are
whole
a
party
TV
now.
show.
We're a
I'll
channel.
spend the points and I'll give you the true answer.
No. Curtis tells you flat out. We're actually a channel. Now.
We're a soap opera.
Very inappropriate.
No one argues.
We're
So not Curtis, who
a
just argued
3
with his
a.m.
clone for a
soap
while. Who's now marching off north. But...
The novella.
Listen, at least I didn't step in and say, hey, his god said so. I could have. With very
Roll
valid
initiative.
reasoning.
Roll initiative.
But am I gonna?
His god said so. Curtis pulls gun. Xander's like...
Try me.
Xander's like... Alright, listen, so there's
There's a lot of ways
There's
to put you down without
Curtis.
killing you.
there's,
He could literally just do
there's Curtis,
anti-gravity and put so much gravity on you you can't
and
stand.
there's the
wouldn't
annoying ass
kill you,
angel
but he
I
would
fell
stop
in
you.
love with. Whose side do I choose in this? Popcorn it is.
Popcorn. So, well, basically, I'm just waiting. Do you want to try to find another way down to
There
the...
you go. Personalized answer.
So, what do you want to do, Xander?
Do you think we should try to find a way down?
Not if you don't want to.
Oh my fucking god. You just wasted 5 fucking minutes.
So then, what, you guys going back to Toka, or what are you doing?
I don't mind going back to
Curtis
It's been
is
a
like
while.
kind of just like, do you want me to call Ren and
Of course.
tell them to cancel it, or what are you feeling, Xander? Haha, I said it right this time.
You fucked it up at first.
Fuck off. I got it right the second time.
Of course there is.
Couldn't we just get...
Broken up. Finds out all of his vehicles have been broken.
Look, Curtis is having a bad day.
And
He's just coping with the
brought to this
situation.
tunnel that now
What?
everyone wants to go down.
He can't. He's looking at
Don't-
that. It's like, I'll freeze. I'm human.
Couldn't we just use... Because Magitech is just magic, right?
Not exactly. Magitech discharge magical energy put into energy
Isn't
cells.
there well,
Why are
he
we
made
going-
his decision, so
Why are we
whatever.
going into the scientific breakdown of energy?
Metagame. Isn't there like a type of jacket where it can like, if you're really, if it's really cold out, it'll like regulate the body temperature,
That's not the.
something like that.
The problem is, though, this isn't cold like freezing middle of the winter. This is constant frost damage hitting your body. Think of it more like it's not the fact of that it's cold down there. It's the fact of you're getting hit with waves of frost damage. So our bodies, all of us, would not survive down there. Yes, we might be able to survive for a short time, but the minute we save a con roll, our joints start freezing, our eyes start freezing. It's freezing cold. It's up to
Yes.
negative 45.
In answer of your question, Mark, yes.
So
Now I forget how I worded my question.
Is there another way down? I'll even expunge on that. There are multiple.
Tell Ren to be on standby.
all
Have
right,
it continued to be prepared.
he'll have it
and we
ready
will
for
keep
whatever
him
we need
updated.
to. I can teleport you there at any moment if you choose.
And now you're not going to like me.
What
By
are
the
we
way, that
doing?
wasn't the spell that I was going to suggest.
Yeah, I know.
I think there's another way that's much safer at first. But
Yep.
we need to go with Kyle.
You want to head up north with him?
If there is truly a tunnel system under nowhere that is based underneath the tower,
It also.
You've
There-
seen the
So,
pictures of it.
there may be a tunnel that leads out here.
That would explain why Bruno's visualization ends at a certain range. There's probably interference from the monorail tunnel that I saw Kyle send me pictures of from his excursion with Moradin.
I'll make it up to you.
Well,
I'll let you punch me.
so if we travel at least for the next half a day, we should have our second
Just
cart ready
all
at
help.
that time. The V2 RV,
E2 turtle or?
the RV. Is that gonna be ready
The RV
tomorrow?
is going to be another couple of days.
Oh.
Maybe 3 days.
Well, I meant the second
No.
RV.
The RV number 2 is ready. Will be ready tomorrow.
That's what I was referring to. So the second
The turtle
updated
cart
RV.
will be ready later tonight
All right. So
with the modifications.
okay. So the turtle cart should be available and ready tonight. The second RV that Rupert has been building, and with my assistance and Zog's leatherworking, should be ready by tomorrow. So basically, if we want to make our way north, we can probably pick up Kyle. He opens up the indicator, checks the map, possible distance. I'm sure Kyle's only at this point like 5 miles away, give or take. If he's no,
Is he at the
Kyle's
tower?
quite a distance away.
How fast is
actually,
the
generally
car?
speaking, he doesn't breathe. He could just jog for days.
Yeah,
Could
I actually sent you a message on it.
He could sprint.
How
for
fast is
days.
the
He's
car?
all the way up north.
Oh, that's
Do you just want to replace your arm?
I
Let's
figured
see.
Couldn't we
Kyle's
just-
going on his
he
own.
would. No, it makes logical sense. I'm thinking from Curtis right now. It's tough to jump back and
Think
You
forth.
can
about it
teleport
is-
yourself places.
Is that
Couldn't you just teleport us all where to Kyle is?
You see him just kind of sigh. Open up the
thing about it
communicator
is,
group
if I
chat. Hey,
replace my
Crystal.
arm and take the corruption away.
Is Kyle there by any chance?
I'm probably going to go down significant in
Silence.
level
No response?
Nope.
because
Well,
I
Crystal's
don't
dead.
Doesn't-
think
He opens the map to check if
I
Crystal's still
don't
there.
think there's any way that
Nope.
I can.
In fact, you also see a blurb on the side that has been apparently going on for the last many hours that no one has ever noticed. I made rolls for it over and over and over again. Never got over a 3. That apparently there's an advertisement for a special event.
What?
To all Umbrella customers, you should watch.
Do I see this too?
I put it on
You're
group
on
chat.
Toka Network right now. You're putting it on group chat?
Hey, what is this event? I investigate this event.
It's a live stream.
Should we view it?
I'm gonna view it.
He opens it up and sends it and casts it out to the party.
All of you get welcome to this epic showing of what looks to be hundreds of Spelljammer ships firing cannons into this large city structure and tower, while there are hundreds of armored knights firing spells up from the walls at the ships, and a large black dragon flies over the Spelljammer ships, lighting a bunch of them on fire.
Should we go help them? Can we make a perception check to see if Zarg's on the dragon?
Can we?
Make a perception check.
15.
17.
15.
17.
You can't tell with this video quality. It's too far away.
I gotta do it then.
What?
Curtis, you see him look kind of pissed. Because he's not wearing his mask right now, so you can see his facial expressions.
It's just been one
He-
really
no,
bad
no.
day for Curtis.
We are a bad day for Curtis.
We're the
Curtis
children
reaches
he
out
never
via
wanted.
message to
Curtis is
Kyle.
starting to remember and realize why he was okay with staying back at Toka.
Specifically in this very moment. He texts Kyle.
Okay.
Hello, Kyle. Are you at the crystal I see on the map? Just wondering what's your location if you're alright.
I'm with Crystal above the tower, about to make our infiltration.
Do you need assistance? It looks like down here is not anything relevant.
You guys didn't want to help? You don't have to come now. Maraudin shall guide me.
Grits your teeth.
Hold it together. You've got
Am I
this.
wrong on how he would react?
No, you're pretty right, specifically after that fight. We aren't doing anything now. We're willing to assist if you would like the help. The entire party.
Oh, have fun with your hole.
That's no longer an option. I'm offering help.
Enjoy. And you hear in the background, who's that? Oh, it's Curtis. Oh, there's tons of shit to blow up. You should come. You recognize Cynthia's voice.
Okay.
Come on, admit it. Isn't that about what Cynthia would probably say at that point? Because if not, I'll go to Shadow and have her do it. Because I know she
Yeah.
would.
Well, I hear
Wait.
Cynthia's voice. Opens up a separate chat with a message to Cynthia directly. Can you ask Crystal to teleport us there? Then we'll go and help you blow shit up.
Crystal, can you teleport
Curtis and party.
Curtis and his party
Where would you like them?
on you? In you.
On me, in me, where? Cargo bay, on the
In
deck,
you. On the
in a room.
right next to me.
Right next to you?
Right next to me.
Barge.
Curtis and party, not their ride. Abandoning the barge, more or less, unless I'm in science. No.
You were still on the barge. None of you hopped off the barge because everything
Just
below you
Bruno
was
did.
frozen.
And Bruno came back.
Okay.
So we just did. There's a barge next to you.
No, there's a barge on top of you.
That's why earlier, if we were to teleport, I said 15 feet away.
Take 37 points of crushing damage. As all of you are instantly teleported back out and are now above the shield.
Oh fuck.
And you get healed back up.
Curtis.
I'm gonna tell Crystal to teleport them back
Curtis.
in, but 10
Leave
feet
the
away
barge.
from me.
No,
Leave the barge.
give it a moment. Because you just took a shitload of damage, you're being healed, and you're kind of stunned because that did not work out right.
I was crushed like a bug.
Okay, there are also now like chips and stuff in the walls. And
Should've
you
probably-
guys find yourselves floating above the deck, about 20 feet above the deck of Crystal, just outside of the shield. And you can see off in one direction, at least 150 Spelljammer ships are still firing. And below you, it's just chaos. of
Oh, fucking
things
great.
firing up, ballista, catapults, huge like javelins of fire and stone. You
Let me-
see
let me-
monstrous creatures out in the front of the walls that are battling those that are coming forward to try and on the ground fighting. And you see behind the keep what looks to be thousands upon thousands of plague-ridden slaves.
Let me in. I'm just gonna try to get off and try to go in the force field, just like
Filthy fucking
I don't think it's
I-
a good
Just
idea.
stay
Wind
still.
walking.
Just
Just-
jetpack.
Stay
just-
still.
Wind walking. Using wind
How
walking.
high are we up from
We are...
The
Take
ground?
2 points of damage as soon as you touch the shield.
Okay. Not doing that.
On low setting, thankfully.
How high are we up?
Pretty far.
In
up.
total, from the ground, you're about 20 feet above Crystal.
Yeah, I'm not trying that then.
I want to look.
Crystal is about 150 feet above the tower. The tower itself is about 300 feet tall.
I was
460
considering
feet
trying the jetpack, but no, I'm not doing that.
You could.
I feel like I'm gonna splat on the ground.
Splooshki.
Yeah, he hasn't used it before.
I haven't used it before.
I wouldn't test it right now.
Yeah.
Just stay on the vehicle until,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, I can abandon the platform.
Can I ask Crystal to, like, not have the force field hurt us?
She won't answer.
There is a deck on, like, 50 feet
Your
under
force
us.
field is currently on low setting.
Didn't mean to mess with your hull there, Crystal.
It was my bad. I should not have teleported you and your vehicle directly in. I should have teleported you in and your vehicle somewhere else. I can do that now.
If you're able, that'd be fine. I just don't want to get hit by a stray, fireball from a dragon.
All right, all of you appear in the control room, the bridge, and you can see the big display that's showing 3 key elements. The first element is showing all the Spelljammer ships. The second element showing directly below, focusing in on a balcony coming out of the tower. And on the third one, it's following the dragon.
Is
Yeah.
Zargon the dragon?
Make a perception roll.
4. I rolled an 8
16.
in total.
22.
18.
18 and 22 see it. Okay? You can see what looks to be a small diminutive figure hanging off of the back of the tail of the dragon as it's flying.
Way to go,
You're
Zarg!
not sure if it's Zarg or not, but you're not sure if anything else that would be crazy enough or roughly the size of a halfling connected to the back of a dragon.
That's odd.
And anyone that rolled over a 15.
I had an 18.
18.
Okay, so you saw
16, sorry.
16. Okay, so you guys also noticed that the one that shows the balcony, your transport just starts falling down towards it and crashes through the balcony.
Did it kill anything? Was this a nat 20?
Rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 to dodge it.
Wait, was that the pixie? Did I just murder the pixie with the fucking platform?
Yeah!
And you get to see
Record.
Not
Record.
see
Record.
the barge just drops, slams through the balcony, keeps coming down. You see the pixie appear out on the side, try to flutter with a broken wing as the thing just rolls again and just disappears into the mayhem down below.
But it murdered the
Not
pixie.
even 5 minutes here and we've
It
already
appears
killed
so.
their leader.
Well, that was
We
effective.
might have
Yeah.
already killed their leader.
And you hear in your head, I will not make offensive actions, but was that okay?
Yes.
That was very pleasing.
She asked Crystal 3 different ways how to kill the pixie.
So she used my platform for it? Whatever works.
So is the bard
It
with
worked.
us?
She didn't kill
Yep.
it. All she did was get rid of the trash that had hurt her.
That she hurt herself with.
That's
I'm just saying, I said Curtis and party, not vehicle. I didn't expect the vehicle. Vehicle's a platform. It's easily replaceable. It doesn't mean much to me. It's not my rides.
it wasn't working that well.
No, it was slow. But
Something you were
so
afraid to be
so
losing.
Curtis looks around. Is Kyle there?
Yep. And Kyle's
He's
looking
no
very
fighting.
closely at a piece of parchment.
Please don't fight.
Curtis doesn't approach Kyle. He just wanted to make sure Kyle was in the area. He will let the talking to Kyle to other people because he doesn't want to.
And it looks like his new robot is actually attached to his back now.
Curtis
I just
examines it from across
picture-
the room and then leans against a wall.
I just picture the Spider-Man suit, insta-kill. And then just going out, and anything that comes near Shink, it drops dead.
It's a useful robot.
I just thought
That's
of
all
Doc
I
Ock.
picture.
Hmm?
I just thought of Doc Ock. You're
It's a useful
building
robot.
shit with the extra arms. I mean, you're literally Doc Ock now. A pacifist Doc Ock. But Doc Ock none the same.
If you okay, in response to your question, Jake, if I remove my corruption and arm and replace it, will I go to level 5 due to only being a level 5 in fighter? If you got rid of your patron, you would lose all those warlock levels. Because all those warlock levels are dependent upon your patron.
And assumably...
As well as your armor, your weapon that's part of your armor now. Your arm itself.
Which weapon?
The Bloodsteel sword.
That's not part of it. It's housed in it, but it's not part of it.
It's part of the whole situation now.
How? The holster is just on it. I pull it out.
Hexblade, okay, your deity links together with your sword, and your sword becomes your focal item.
Okay. Then that's the answer is no, I'm not removing the corruption, I guess. Because I'm not losing my only weapon.
Alright, I'll tell Ren to take care of the isolation jam, put it back in its spot. Sends a message.
Answering the question, sorry.
And Curtis was following your decision. That's Ren now.
Read in the player's handbook. Sorry, that's the harsh part. It's like a paladin losing his deity. Although that's not quite as bad, because then you just revert to a level warrior at that rough equivalent. But you lose out on any type of feats or special things that you would have gained.
Because the cleric, when he dies and then he's brought back to life, that's what I just thought of. With the paladin losing his god.
And he becomes the undead paladin. Yeah. That was a funny movie. Serious.
Yeah.
So, anywho, so you're all around the bridge. So, what are you doing other than watching a whole bunch of things get blasted?
Well, Curtis looks over at Bruno and asks him to do a structural scan of the tower if he can. I'm not sure if Crystal's interfering with him or anything. It's possible.
No, you can see the tower is still in pretty good shape. It doesn't appear to be that old of a construction. There appear to be a few thousand people below. He can't quite give it a direct count because of the large amount of blood plague victims. So it could be 1 that he's scanning, or it could be 5 that he's scanning. So he's not really sure.
Curtis isn't too concerned.
Yeah. The Spelljammer ships are all pretty basic Spelljammer ships. They seem to be using magical cannons, regular cannons, and a lot of flechettes.
Standard spelljammer equipment.
The dragon appears to be, when you make a perception roll for the dragon.
That's 19.
29 total.
Okay. The dragon appears black, but upon closer inspection, you can actually see that it was actually a white dragon. That the bloodsteel corruption has gotten so far into it that it's blood deep red. You know that because it's smaller than most dragons and because of the wing type.
Zog's still on the back of it?
Yes. He's actually about halfway up the tail now.
I have no doubt.
He's gonna tame that thing.
I'm working on it. I've only failed one of the rolls so far. This is me playing in the background.
So does Bruno, can he scan, it's only 450 feet from the surface, and now we're probably about 300 and something feet from the surface at this point. So can he see any type of tunneling? Because the tower's 300, 145, Crystal.
Crystal's 150 feet above the tower, so it's 450 feet up before you hit Crystal. You're in the bridge, so you're looking at about 470 feet.
Okay. But, yeah, so Bruno should be able to get a structural integrity reading of the base of the tower at that range.
Yeah, it seems pretty well secure. It has a triple foundation. It looks like the place was designed to withstand a
Spelljammer attack fleet.
attack of almost anything. Above ground, underground, magic, etc. There's also multiple shield projectors around that are being manned by multiple clerics. And no one seems to have noticed that something got wiped off the face of the
Tower. I send over the scans to Kyle. See if he has any other suggestions. The brothers are fighting.
You'll make it up to each other.
Oh, we'll kill each other.
So,
I feel
you
like
wanna
they're
see if
leaning
Kyle has
more
another
towards
route?
killing each other.
Yeah, he sends him a message saying this is the scan according to Bruno and lets him know all the information.
Alright, roll an investigation for me. Because you've had some time while they were traveling and everything else to go through your personal records as well as Crystal's.
21.
21. According to Crystal's deeper scans, which go deeper than anything Blue was able to do,
Yeah.
which Blue has the same updated equipment Bruno has now.
Okay.
For scanning anyway.
Yep.
In the center of the third basement of the tower, okay, it appears as though it actually connects up to some other underground installation.
Judging by my knowledge and the structural readout, is that similar to the pictures that Kyle sent me when he had his
From-
vision quest?
This is Kyle figuring out, not
Oh,
Curtis.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Because Kyle's been with
Oh, but
Crystal.
okay, that's perfect. So
Yeah.
Does Kyle recognize the type of structure
Crystal
as...
has better equipment than your droids at this point.
Yep.
So, Crystal has determined that there is apparently an entrance in the center of the bottommost level of this tower that's now currently being sacked and raided. And it goes down further than her scans can even go. According to the paperwork that Kyle has, it shows that it seems to directly connect up to one of the upper parapets that it shows on. I showed you the map earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like it connects roughly in that same area, which also matches up with roughly the idea of where you were told from your vision. And it looks like in order to get through there, you have to go through 2 levels of basement. You cannot teleport through there. It's magically sealed. It looks like it's heavily fortified. She cannot scan the inside of the room for the lower 2 levels, but the upper level appears to be full of constructs. So you're looking at least a level of constructs, 2 more levels of who knows what, and then tunnels from there. That's your best case scenario with the 21.
Kyle responds to Curtis, giving him the updated crystal readings. You hear Curtis laugh. And then sends you all a message with what Kyle was able to use crystal to scan.
I'll respond.
So Cynthia gets one too?
And
Pepsi?
Kyle also looks at the bard and Curtis looks at the bard and says 3 underground layers. The first one's full of constructs. 2 layers beneath that are untrackable. Not sure what's down there, but doesn't seem pleasant.
I'll try my best to help as much as I can.
Curtis scoffs and says, "Should just fucking blow everything up." And begins to kind of mope in the corner.
So are we gonna go help him?
Kyle responds immediately and he says, "Not sure how we can get down, but it looks like what I'm looking for, the ordinate way to that is underneath the 3rd subdivision." I assume that Curtis sent you all the plans. He got them too, so. Well, it looks like there's an entire combat field below us, but otherwise the entrance to where the underground monorail system used to be is located under the 3rd sub-basement. I guesstimate multiple constructs in the first layer not able to read down.
Can I tell what kind of clerics they are?
Make a religion check.
Can you take your time? Whatever, roll. That works too.
31.
Followers of Tiamat, the multi-headed goddess,
Oh.
mother of dragons,
These
the
bad people.
defiler of worlds.
We can kill them.
Who are you talking to?
Curtis.
Curtis looks you dead in the face,
Everything okay?
even though his mask is on now. And he looks at you and says, "I'd
What
blow
did
every
you do?
fucking living creature up in this corrupted, slave-loving fucking pile of filth land."
Can we kill the clerics?
I said blow it all fucking up, but if anything, it makes you feel better. Curtis is not very happy about this, but hey, that's Curtis.
I may be a holy being with the fact that I am an angel, but they're following the wrong god.
Burn them all down as far as
You're
I'm concerned.
technically following the wrong god for
It's a
an
better
angel.
god than that one is.
That's true.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do? I mean, we're at this situation, and do you want to join into the war going on below? Right now, you're safe inside Crystal.
Yeah.
And do you want to try and get down into the base of the tower in order to try and get down there? What do you want to do?
If I spend the points, would you answer truthfully?
I told you I'll answer truthfully no matter what the question is.
You gonna use them?
I'm not sure what you're asking. I was just checking.
I was gonna
how much-
ask if we
You
could
do have a good
go
vantage
to
point.
where his patron is through under the tower. If that's where the
See, kind of metagame knowledge
I
is
will
that.
tell you, it is possible.
Yep.
If Curtis shares a piece of paperwork with you, I will pop it up on the stream for everyone to see.
okay. Woo! Yay!
What piece of paperwork? I'm a little confused.
The map from the Emperor's Tower.
Kyle has that.
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
I meant. Sorry, Kyle.
Okay, yeah, you said Curtis, and I'm thinking about
I
what Curtis had on
apologize.
his inventory. Yeah, Kyle will show. All of a sudden, takes a picture of the map and then just sends it to you. Also, he's looking at a map right now. The piece of and you get it as Cynthia. It's basically the ancient map of what Nowhere used to look like when it was a science lab. He picked that up with the Emperor's Tower when he was there originally with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
He picked up this map, and so basically this map looks like it's covered in all these either heavily secured or less heavily secured science labs. It was a magic testing facility. According to what this says, there's also lines that show a monorail system. The monorail system went to the 4 main points of Nowhere at the one time, separated the place into 4 quadrants. We are technically in the right north quadrant right now, which if you look at the map, generally looks like it was full of testing labs.
There you go.
Which should pop up on the stream so you guys can see the map.
This is what Nowhere looked like before.
That must have felt good.
It did.
Oh! Oh, schnazzy.
Yep, that's the original map of Nowhere that Kyle has. And he tells you that generally over where this location is right now is basically the testing facility for the elementals and the animals of Nowhere back 3,000 years ago. 4,000 years ago, actually. So generally speaking, according to the pictures that Kyle sent, basically under this structure is the chimera that used to be basically a power source for this land, this plane, about 4,000 years ago.
So he wants to kill that.
The chimera is causing the corruption and the blood plague because it's still pumping out energy that's getting corrupted in the land. If it was stopped pumping energy, this land could possibly heal itself and be purified, which is Morad's grand quest for me.
Let's go kill.
So it does lead to one of those little buildings. I mean,
Yeah.
If you take a look,
it's like that. It like leads right to that one.
Well, these, if you notice, these very pronounced towers are now these.
Let's
So, I
go
mean,
kill
yes.
a manticore.
Hello?
A chimera.
Chimera.
Not a manticore. There's a slight difference.
There is a slight difference.
Sorry.
And besides, the chimera that Kyle took a picture of, it's not actually a creature. It's mostly an amalgam of animal and elemental parts shoved together that made to a big bloody battery.
Pokes itself in
you're
it.
back on camera now.
So, yeah. Kyle is trying to right now to plot a route down, but
Straight down.
yeah, he's not going to jump. He's not. That'd be death.
We could
All right, so I
literally
think
just
at
float
this point
down.
now, it looks like everyone's at that point where we need to figure out what our next moves are and which ways you kind of want to go. So, is everyone okay with a quick 10-minute break or so?
Make it longer because we're planning on making dinner.
Alright, then I am going to put a pause on the stream again for here. And we'll be back in about a half hour, 45 minutes or so, once we have a chance to make dinner and take a full break. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yeah.
Alright, then we shall be right back.